We have an insider's alert here on Campus Insiders. Fred Hoiberg, no longer the head coach for Iowa State, as he is moving on to the NBA and will coach the Chicago Bulls. Hoiberg played for the Bulls from 1999 to 2003. But who replaces the mayor in Ames? For more, let's welcome in our college basketball analyst, Seth Davis. And Seth, first let's look back. How much will Hoiberg's absence be felt in Ames?
Well, they'll definitely miss him. You'd be hard-pressed to find any player or coach anywhere in America who was more popular and beloved than the mayor. Grew up in Ames, played at Iowa State, did a great job as coach, Shay. And it's not just the fact that he had great players and won a lot of games. It was the way he ran his program, not just bringing in a lot of transfers, which everybody is now doing, but bringing in guys who had had some troubled past and being able to coach them and get them to buy into a team concept. I mean, there aren't too many people on the planet who could coach a talent like Royce White and deal with everything that he brought and still make him a productive part of the program and keep everybody out of trouble. So this is a very difficult blow for Iowa State, but I'm sure folks there don't begrudge him this move and are happy that they had him for the 5 years that they did.
Of course. Well, the obvious question, too, here is who replaces the mayor? If you're the athletic director, who would you hire as head coach, Seth?
Well, Jamie Pollard has a great candidate right there on his campus, and TJ Otzelberger, who's an assistant coach, had been at Iowa State for 7 years, first under Greg McDermott and then under Fred Hoiberg, spent the last 2 seasons at Washington. There was a shakeup in the staff, and he came back to Ames, I think with the understanding in his own mind that when and if Fred Hoiberg ever left for the NBA, that he would have a chance to move up. I don't think anybody thought it would happen this soon, so he's the obvious in-house candidate. But if you're athletic director Jamie Pollard, you have to pick up the phone and call Jeff Hornacek. It's not easy to convince a guy to leave the NBA and come back to college. But if anybody is as beloved or nearly as beloved in Ames, it is Jeff Hornacek, the former walk-on turned All-American. His jersey's retired. He still holds the assist record. Done a nice job with the Phoenix Suns. But, you know, he indicated earlier this season that if Iowa State ever became available, that he might be interested in that job. So I think your first call has to be to Hornacek before you go full throttle with an assistant who's never been a head coach anywhere, even though I think TJ Otzelberger is very talented and will be a head coach someday.
Coach Hoiberg won nearly 70% of his games while in Ames. Finally, Seth, quick prediction on the 2015-2016 Cyclones. What are you thinking?
Jay, I'm thinking that you or I could be the head coach of this team, and they would still make the NCAA tournament, probably be a top-tier Big 12 team. They're going to be loaded, and they're going to be old. George Niang is going to be a senior. He might be the conference preseason player of the year. One of the best point guards, Monte Morris, is going to be a junior. But like I said, Jay, it's an old team, so they're going to lose a lot of guys. So year one's going to be a nice honeymoon for whoever's coming next. Year two is when the real work begins.
All right, Seth Davis, thanks so much for the time. We'll talk to you soon. New era in Ames. See you later. Well, we relived Coach Hoiberg's top coaching moments. Find that video right now. It's on CampusInsiders.com.